Grounded to third. Throw across to first. And that is it. The Surfers Paradise Bluewave are champions once again.
Oh, dude, no. It's so fun. It's...
So, what are your goals for joining Good Life?
Well, I want to get fit again.
I just was here.
Lose this dad bod I've gained lately.
And someone was like, oh, John's
And rebuild strength too.
Okay.
But I want to see results. I don't have time to waste.
Sure. Is there anything else?
Yeah, let's hang
No.
out.
Nothing else comes to mind.
Great. Let's get you started.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I've been doing this all day.
Some visible progress.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training, building strength with precision.
So, what are your goals for joining Good Life?
I guess I'd like to get fitter, learn the best way to work out. I don't know, I want to be stronger, confident to do my thing.
Okay, I hear you. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Great, let's get you started.
Sure.
Grounded to third. Throw across to first. And that is it. The Surfers Paradise Bluewave are champions once again. I thought it was 2:15, but it might be 2:30 now. Sweet. Grounded to third. Throw across to first. And that is it. The Surfers Paradise Bluewave are champions once again. I wonder nothing's connected. Oh.
What are your goals for joining Good Life?
Well, I want to get fit again. Lose this dad bod I've gained lately. And rebuild strength too.
Okay.
But I want to see results. I don't have time to waste.
Sure. Is there anything else?
No. Nothing else comes to mind.
Great. Let's get you started.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, this one.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training, building strength with precision.
So, what are your goals for joining Good Life?
I guess I'd like to get fitter and learn the best way to work out. I don't know. I want to be stronger, confident to do my thing.
Okay, I hear you. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Great. Let's get you started.
Sure.
Grounded to third. Throw across the first. And that is it. The Surfers Paradise Bluewave are champions once again. So you like that? Don't say the S word.
Excuse me, do you have 5 minutes to
So, what are your goals for joining Good Life?
Well, I want to get fit again. Lose this dad bod I've gained lately. And rebuild strength too.
Okay.
But I want to see results. I don't have time to waste.
Sure. Is there anything else?
No. Nothing else comes to mind.
Great. Let's get you started.
Yeah, let's get into it.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training, building strength with precision.
All right, we got play ball here at Service Paradise. And a looper, which will just land half a metre foul. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Rymers for SPBC TV, powered by the Sporting Globe, Fort Pines, Service Paradise, live from Service Paradise Baseball Club for this Game 2 doubleheader between the Bluewave and the Pine Hills Lightning, travelling all the way down here in a very steamy Sunday afternoon. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and thanks for tuning in. I've got a plethora of commentators lining up to be on the mic with me, but none better than the crowd favourite, Owen Drinkwater. How you going, mate?
I'm well, Johnny. Glad to be here. It's been a long baseball day for me. We had the early game and then stayed to watch the first one as Nilsson flies one down the right field line, dunks in just fair in front of Harry White, and Nilsson makes a big turn, but he'll stay at first with the leadoff single. I am joined at the moment. We'll have Matt Beebe coming on a little bit later, but I am with longtime club member, GBL Division 2 player coach, and GBL Division 1's Sam Foster.
Thanks, O. Good to be here. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
I won't be here for long as I'm listed on the bench for this game, technically, so I'll just keep an eye on the dugout over there. If Kevy starts frantically waving over towards this direction, I'll failed bunt attempt there, poked at it, fouled that one off. So yeah, long day of baseball.
Long day of baseball. And a good game for Sammy in Division 1's first win, 5-0 in the game 1. Sammy, 3 hits. How'd you feel up there?
Yeah, good. Our Division 2 game got cancelled due to a forfeit from the Pine Hills guys. So hence why our club, our bench is pretty stacked today, and there are plenty of guys in the bullpen because, like myself, a lot of guys wanted to get some baseball in, and so appreciate the chance that Kevy gave us to start in that game 1, and get some at bats. And yeah, some of our guys are starting here. Obviously, Jonesy behind the plate today, giving Jerry a bit of a rest as we see first strikeout of the game there from Stevie.
Nice job by Chambers to put Timberlake away. One away here now in the first, and it's Mitch Nilsson as his brother Jacob leads away from first, 0-0. We'll just go through a couple of the usual details. Sorry, we got started right as the game got started today. As Chambers sets and deals. First pitch upstairs for a ball. So these teams played each other. This will be the last game of the regular season between these two teams. 3 meetings so far, including earlier today. Pine Hills swept the first series early in the year, winning both the Friday and the Sunday game, as that one is just downstairs. And Surfers took the first of 2 today, 5-0. Surfers is currently in 3rd in the league, 14 wins and 6 losses, including today. A half game behind Pine Rivers Rapids for 2nd, and game and a half ahead of Redcliffe for 4th. Top 4 make the playoffs of this league. Pine Hills currently sitting at 12-9, and they are running 6th out of 10 at the moment. But pretty tight between the top 6. Any of those top 6 certainly have a chance to end up in the top 4 here. So all of these games really starting to matter at this stage. And we'll go through just quickly the Pine Hills lineup as well. So it was Jacob Nilsson who led off with that single, and then Hayden Timberlake, Nilsson playing second base, Hayden Timberlake, the DH, struck out, and Mitch Nilsson, the shortstop, at the plate right now. Hitting 4th is Dan Nilsson, the center fielder. Dave Sutherland hitting 5th and playing 1st. Matt Malconian, who pitched the first game, playing left field and hitting 6th. 7th is Troy Dean playing right field. 8th is Jacob Dixon catching, and 9th, rounding it out, is Axel Strachan, I believe. Apologies if that pronunciation is incorrect. That one's rolled towards first. Hall Walsh on to second for 1. Dinkachia back to first. Got it. In time. So a lovely 3-6-1 with Chambers covering, and Surfers out of the inning unscathed. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0.
You don't see that kind of play very often from double play.
We had one in game 1 as well, so
I missed that one.
We'll have a look at those numbers as well in a little bit.
I'll expect the boys to be pretty aggressive here against this guy. I think they'll fancy their chances. Pine Hills are a little short stacked. I think they came down here with 11 guys for 2 games. And obviously their import went the whole game, stretched. They didn't have anyone warming up in the bullpen at any point. And I'd say after Mitch today, they're going to go to position guys. They're going to have, we'll probably see one of the Nelsons throw, maybe Goof, their first baseman, try and get himself through here and hope that their bats come to life.
So you expect to see Houston worked as much as they can within reason
I
today?
think they're going to have to stretch him as far as they can. They don't really have anyone else behind him. I think they came down and they knew they had 2 starters and they were just going to push him as far as they can. So if our boys can make it hard for him and put some runs on the board early here and be aggressive, that's going to mean they're going to either have to keep rolling him out there or flip it to a position class to get the job done.
We'll have a look here at Houston's numbers shortly as Chandler steps out. So Houston, 19 innings, 1 win, 1 loss, 27 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned, 15 strikeouts, and 17 walks. So that's good for an ERA of 7.11 as he hits the corner there for a strike.
3-1 count here on Chandler. Looking to get on to start things off here.
And he takes ball 4 for a walk. So nice job by Chandler, who's got some of the best wheels on the Surfers Club, to get himself on base for DiCaccia.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see some running on the base paths too today because got a different catcher, younger catcher for this second game. I think he came in late into the game for game 1, and I did hear that this pitcher has had some issues in the past picking off. So
throwing it away, or
yeah, I think, there was some calls of having the yips, and you can see there he wasn't really even looking to first base. So.
And Chandler, limited appearances in Div 1 so far. Not sure if they know that he's as big of a steal threat as we know.
Yeah.
But if not, it will probably be brought to light right now. As pitch is down and there'll be no throw. So Chandler, with his ears burning, steals second base.
Yeah.
And DiCaccia now in a position to move him over or knock him in.
DiCaccia, I knew the game plan.
It's almost like you've been talking to Kevy before you came over, Sammy. As Chandler away from second now, DiCaccia swings through it. Christian having a great year, as we said last time on the stream, slashing 386, 488, 529, and amongst the top 10 in the league in a number of offensive categories. And he takes in there for a strike.
Didn't like that one.
Did not like that one. He had it, looked like he had it down or potentially away.
Tell you what, Deco definitely brings not only offense but defense, some slick plays in game 1 and all year round. Just getting to balls that most guys don't get to, or they eat up a lot of guys, and he's just silky smooth out there. So that's a big addition as well. As he drives that ball foul over to the right side.
So DiCaccia battling here with the third baseman today now, Jerry Lacayo, on deck.
What do you make of Deco's batting stance, that closed off stance?
It's a popular discussion, isn't it, the DiCaccia batting stance. I don't know how clear it is on the stream how closed off DiCaccia really is, as he takes just outside, the count runs full.
I kind of noticed it a few weeks ago. Is that something he's changed recently?
No, he's always, ever since he came here, that was the first thing I noticed, the first training. I'm like, his front foot comes right across.
At least a whole foot's length, if not more than a foot's length closed from his back foot.
Really close to the corner at the front edge of the plate. It doesn't stay there when he picks it up, because he does pick and drop.
As he fouls one away.
He picks that front leg up and he kind of resets it down a little bit more square, but it is still very closed off. And I mean, his approach is very much middle right side. So I think that just helps keep him closed. Maybe he was having some troubles, maybe early in his career with that front shoulder, and just found something that worked for him. But
and 3-2 is downstairs, so DiCaccia on base, back-to-back walks for Surfers. And the Blue Wave in business with Jerry Lacayo coming to the plate.
It just goes to show, you know, like you got to find what works for you as a hitter. You know, there's no one way, and a lot of kids get taught a particular standard way to swing. But at the end of the day, you got to develop an approach that works for you and that you know that you can replicate and get results from.
Same kind of thing with a golf swing. Everyone's swing's a bit different. Everyone has a
That's right.
bit of a get up to it.
But it all starts to look a little similar right at the point of contact between the good hitters. So it's just how you want to get there. Lacayo showing bunt very early and pulls back for ball one.
That's where I want to see this this wheel play. I want to see this fake bunt, steal third and second right here. Let's see if they roll it. It's in the arsenal.
Power with the wind blowing in and pitching's pretty good. That you need to do.
Yeah, I just think execution, right? There's been a few times throughout the year where the execution hasn't been there, and today in that first game was a situation where everyone kind of knew not to try and do too much. You know, minimum effort. What are we going to do here?
So Lacayo drives the
get
ball
it done.
Into center field. And there's a
drops
miscommunication
in.
between the outfielders, and the ball's going to drop. DiCaccio was not tagging. Chandler was ready to tag. But everyone moves up a base, and it'll be a single and an RBI for Lacayo. Surfers leads 1-0.
See right there, I mean, I think even if they catch that ball, that scores a run, but now obviously with that another out up our sleeve, that's pretty big right there.
Now the question is, does Lacayo, he's playing, I continue to forget that he's playing third, so he doesn't get a runner. Does Lacayo go to second here early?
Oh yeah.
And do we see what Pine Hills does with the first and third play? With DiCaccio on third, you would think that that's in play at some stage.
Yeah, and I think you know, Jerry, although he's a catcher, he's pretty athletic and runs pretty good. And I think there he goes on the delay steal, perfect delay steal. Caught the catcher napping. That was about as textbook as you can get. Catcher just caught the ball, dropped his head, went to throw it back to the pitcher, and Jerry was standing up at second base uncontested.
So now it's John Hall Walsh, second and third, no outs here for the Blue Wave, and they're looking to break it open early here as he swings through a fastball from Houston. For those who don't know, when this league plays double headers, so normally the Friday night game is a 2.5-hour time cutoff or a 9-inning game, whichever comes first. The Sunday game is normally 9 innings. However, when you have to play a double header, as Hall Walsh swings through one for strike three, one away now as Harry White comes to the plate. When you play a doubleheader, it drops to 2 7-inning games. So game one was a 5-0 win after 7, and this game will be 7 innings as well. So all the more important to get out to an early lead and push some early runs across.
Yeah, another couple here would be great for the Blue Wave.
As White skies a ball on the infield. Third base settles under it and makes the catch.
Just.
That's Axel stretching out there. So just as I feel like I've potentially announcer cursed us here, just as we were talking about the guys getting the job done, second and third, nobody out, and we get a strikeout and a pop out on the infield. And it falls to Lachlan Jones, who does not look like he's ready to hit.
Oh, wow.
That's $1.
Yeah, if we had a kangaroo court system, that'd be, wow.
So a sheepish Lachlan Jones strides to the plate. It looks like he has, he's going no batting gloves and just.
I think his fly's still undone.
Just got the pads off. We'll see what he can do here against Houston as he takes downstairs for ball one.
I tell you what, if he comes up with a 2 RBI hit here, he'll be won't change anything. He'll be going to the toilet before every at bat this game.
You just have a feeling, don't you? As he swings through a fastball. 1-1 now on Jones.
Back to what you were saying though, on that was the case the last game, was just getting guys into position already early. I think we're aggressive on the base paths like I predicted, and getting the guys in position, but now we've got to execute.
And Jones takes upstairs for ball two. So 2-2 now on the young catcher. Jones, a great story of the season this year. He's been playing excellent at all levels. He's been asked. He was a starting Div 2 catcher last year and was part of that championship winning team. And he takes a breaking ball outside, count runs full. And now it was initially a bit of plug and play in Div 1 and just made the most of his opportunities, and now he essentially plays as much ones as twos.
Yeah, I mean, bad for us in Div 2. We've end up losing him a lot this year, but if he keeps swinging the bat the way he is,
takes outside for ball 4.
and if he keeps doing his job the way he has been and being aggressive with the bat and producing, then you know, happy to lose him to Div 1 for his sake.
That's
and
it.
And I know another guy who can fill in and plays pretty good behind the dish.
Plenty of catchers all of a sudden at the club, which is good to see. Young Wes Wilford, also an excellent catcher, catches for the Australian team for his age group. However, wanting to prioritize as Diebel chops one towards first. Sutherland picks it up just foul. Wanting to prioritize playing at the Division 1 level over catching. Has been playing a lot of, I believe, third. Is that right, Sammy?
Yeah,
when he's in the field?
He's been getting a couple of opportunities to catch though. On the Sunday, he has caught a few games, and they've played Jerry at third base.
And just traveling today, I think, for a tournament. Is that right?
Yeah,
he's playing for Australia.
Yeah, under 18 team.
Diebel
Get in.
flares one into shallow
That's gonna get
right,
in.
and it drops in front of right field for a base hit.
gonna score
Dikachia
two.
and Lacayo will score uncontested, and Ricky Diebel gets the job done for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, great job there
Big
by
spot
Ricky.
there. As it looks like Ben Grant out there, who's been put in as the courtesy runner for Jones, moves over to third.
And that's that execution.
That's that execution.
We had him in running scorers in runners in scoring position, and 2 out. So that was a big job there by Ricky to knock those 2 runners in.
As Zach Smith lines one right at the left fielder, so hit it right on the screws, but unfortunately right into the glove of Malconian. So that'll do it for Surfers in the bottom of the first, but they push 3 runs across, and we'll go to the second with the Blue Wave leading 3-0. Top of the second here at Surfers, and it's Dan Nilsson to lead it off against Steve Chambers. 3-0 Surfers here. And breaking ball outside for ball 1. Look at what Chambers has done this year so far. As that one's in there for a strike. Chambers 37 innings, a 1-0 record, 30 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, 36 strikeouts, and 10 walks. That's a 1.95 as Nilsson wraps one into right center field. And that is going to split the outfielders. Jake Scott's going to pick it up and throw it in. Nilsson into second with a leadoff double. So Chambers a 1.95 ERA this year, one of the top pitchers in the league.
Hits and average and hits and average and.
This is the Australian Baseball League, the professional league you're referring to. The level above this, as Sutherland chops one high off the grass. Walsh flips to Chambers covering as Nilsson moves to third. So nice play by the Bluewave as Sutherland gets the job done. So 1 out here, and we talked about execution. We'll see if Pine Hills can return the favor and execute with a runner on third and less than 2 out. It's Matt Malconian, the left fielder, coming to the plate.
Who was their starting pitcher last game.
And I believe was hitting as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, hitting for himself.
So he's had a day.
And pitched the whole game, so I'm sure he's going to be feeling the heat.
Kind of a half-hearted check swing for strike 1 there.
Another import guy for them.
And Chambers misses downstairs. Looked like a little bit more oomph on that from Chambers. We don't have the radar gun at the moment, but we've talked about this in the past with Steve and with other of sort of the top pitchers in these leagues, their ability to just turn the dial a little bit when they're in a situation where they're trying to prevent a run. As that's popped into shallow right field. Nilsson tagging, Harry White. Nilsson draws the throw, but comes back. So nice job by Harry White to hold him at third, and 2 away now.
Well executed breaking ball there by Stevie, just caught him out off balance. Big pull hitter, that guy, and obviously just poked that one shallow to right field. So smart pitching as they go to the bottom of their lineup, I believe.
That's right, we're down to 7 now, so that's Troy Dean, the right fielder, with Dixon, the catcher, on deck. First pitch from Chambers, fastball at the knees for strike 1.
Expect to see an off-speed pitch here.
And that one's a fastball in there for a strike.
There you go.
Just
like I said.
Not messing around here.
Challenge it up, young guy.
Dean, very limited appearances in Division 1, including last game. He's 1 for 4. His big breaking ball just upstairs. Just 1 for 4 with a single so far, yes.
Set him up with the fastball early there, and then tried to get that out pitch there, but missing up just.
Number of weapons he could go to here. Cutter away, curveball down, fastball up. He goes with the curve, leaves it in the middle, but it's flied into center field. And Jake Scott settles underneath for out number 3. So Chambers works around the leadoff double, and we will go to the bottom of the second with the Bluewave still leading 3-0. Back here at the Surfer Dome, bottom of the second, and it's Jake Scott to lead it off against Houston. Surfer's still leading 3-0.
Nice double last game, Jake. With a good swing on a ball, so he'll be looking to be aggressive again as he hits that one.
There it is.
Third baseman gets through, and that's a nice lead-off single there for Jake as he grounds that one through the hole. Possibly a play that third baseman should have got. We'll see if they call that an error. I don't know if you got any glove on it.
No, no glove on that. That'll be a hit for sure. From where I was looking, I think it might have been a positional thing.
Yeah.
It's just positioned a little to the side and just either whiffed it or just missed it going to his left.
I expect to see Jake run early here.
A lot of speed for Jake Scott. And Chandler not looking to bunt here. Has a big swing, so we're back to the top of the order. Scott, who is off to not only Scott, a couple of the young guys off to fairly dismal starts this year with the bat. He has worked the average back up too. As he goes to second base on the stolen base. Nice play by Dixon there to try and make a play on the hop, but no dice. So Scott's got the offensive numbers climbing, as does Zach Smith, Wes Wilford, and some of the other young guys.
What's Jake's batting average?
Jake coming into that at bat hitting 237, so 1 for 1 there, up past 240. As Chandler fouls one straight back, just misses the cameras. Zach Smith up to 241. Again, these guys had started, I don't know, 1 for 10, 3 for 20, that sort of range. So starting to do some damage, which means the lineup is getting deeper as well. It's good to see.
That speaks to just giving guys an opportunity to see pitches at this level and to stick with guys, you know, over a longer period of time, because you know, when you step up to this level, it can take a little bit of time to adjust. And you know, I've been really happy that a lot of those young guys this year have had the opportunity to stay there, even despite the fact that they maybe struggled early on. But you know, I'm a real fan, and I've been speaking to Kepi about that approach. And
Dikachia flies one to right field. Right fielder tracks it back and makes the play. So 2 away there after the Chandler strikeout as well. As Scott moves over to third, and it'll be Lacayo here looking to pick up a 4th run for the Blue Wave.
yeah, you know, so I think it's the only way you're going to see those guys improve and get better over time is by giving them the opportunity and showing that you have faith in them and sticking with them over a longer period of time. Obviously, that's been helped with some outs for like Max Darrington being called up for the Bandits and Australian duty, and so. But we sort of knew that at the start of the year, so it was also a case of those guys are going to get their opportunities and they're going to get a chance to stay with those guys and improve with the season. So it's been good that they've seen them, and I can just tell being around them in the clubhouse, they're starting to build a bit of confidence. And you can see that they're not sort of nervous, they're not overawed by the situation, and they're coming in and feel as though they deserve to be there.
That's it.
And obviously, when they've got that positive mindset and they're a bit more relaxed, you sort of see the performance starting to come with it. The numbers are starting to follow.
And a luxury as well to be playing with guys, you know, the talent around them and just the depth of the talent at this club where you can allow guys to grow and still be winning games. As that one goes to the backstop, Scott is going to score uncontested, and the Blue Wave lead 4-0 on the wild pitch. Some discussion between the umpire and Houston now. Unsure what the topic of conversation was, but message was relayed. But the ability to allow guys to grow and still be winning games and be a competitive team, and not needing a necessarily, you know, a rebuild type situation as the Kyle blasts one foul down the left field line. I mean, talk about the depth of this club, you know, trickling down to the Division II level as well, which we can talk about if Lacayo reaches or in the next half inning. Top of the third inning here, 4-0 Blue Wave now, and it's back to the top of the order for Pine Hills. Jacob Nilsson to lead it off against Chambers. Or not Nilsson, I'm sorry, Jacob Dixon to lead off against Chambers. So that's the 8-hitter and the catcher for Pine Hills. And chops one towards third. Lakeo cuts in front of DiCuccia and throws across for out number 1. So Chambers working efficiently here. It'll be the 9-hitter Axel Streichen coming to the plate. And we were talking, Sammy, about the Div 2 team. So give us your thoughts on how that team's looking.
Yeah.
You know, they had their first loss in a long time, fairly recently.
Thanks for reminding me.
That's part of the story.
Yeah.
I was there for it as well.
We've had a couple of unfortunate losses, but look, it's a very different looking lineup, to be honest, compared to previous years. If you go through, there's a few of the same guys, but it's a pretty different makeup. So there's been that. There's also been a lot of chopping and changing between, you know, guys like Jonesy, who's now catching, and as I was saying, started the year as our go-to. Then we lost him to A grade a couple of times. You know, guys like Tyson Wardrop coming in, playing, but then also being required at Div 1 to pitch. There's been some young guys get an opportunity. Sam O'Connor,
Kobe Wise.
That
one's popped up on the infield. Lakeo makes the call and the catch. So that's 2 quick outs for Chambers.
Yeah, and a couple of our pitchers struggled. Sam struggled early in the season just to find his rhythm, and you know, Fitzy doing Fitzy things. He's pretty solid, but early in the season he didn't have the depth. He was only kind of taking us 3, maybe 4 innings max. So we're having to flip it to these young guys, and you know,
That's Scott Fitzgibbon for those on the stream. Most of you would know. Sort of pitches himself into shape year after year, and
actually pitched game 1.
2 scoreless innings in game 1 today.
So yeah, that's, you know, just finding the rhythm of where our pitching staff was at, and that balancing act between what Kev needed with Div 1 and what we could provide. We started the year really well with the bats, and then those couple of losses just went quiet. I think the game against Narangba, we left 12 runners on base, which is, you know, you can't really win a ball game if you leave that many runners on base. Not all in scoring position, but still we need to be better than that. But you look, we're still sitting in second on the ladder, and Narangba, who beat us, are on top.
Zach Smith over at second base will take the pop-up, and Chambers in and out quickly there in the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third with the Blue Wave still leading 4-0, and we'll be right back to continue that conversation with Sam. Bottom of the fourth here, and it's still Houston out for Pine Hills. It'll be John Hall Walsh coming to the plate. Bottom of the third, rather, sorry.
Johnny's been playing with us in Div 2 this year.
Yeah, another guy who's gone up and down. Yep.
Yeah. And you know, he's played a bit of time at first base and DH, and a little bit quiet by his standards, and expecting him to sort of start. He started middling a couple of balls, and just needs to get his confidence back and get back to doing what he does. But it's a lot tighter comp, I'd say, this year, Div 2 too, just to finish off that conversation. I was obviously playing Div 2 and Div 1 a little bit last year, and I think across the board, the standard of Div 2 is much better. Like Narangba team are a quality team. And
it's our first year back in the division for a couple of years, is that right?
Yeah, and they're building to, they've got 2 years basically to put a Div 1 team in the comp. That was the agreement that GBL had with them.
As Hall Walsh goes down on strikes, one away here in the third.
So they're looking to then build on their Div 2 team to be able to then have enough players to field a Div 1 team. So they're good, and they've been competitive this year. They're actually on the same win and loss as us, but just a good team. And then Beenleigh are strong, and so it's good. The quality of the baseball is good.
And it's good to see. Good for the guys playing when the games are close, when the division is close.
And like you said earlier, just our club is just the depth. You know, we got guys who can jump between Div 2 and Div 1 and still compete. You know, that it goes to show that that jump from Div 2 to Div 1 is not a quantum leap. And when guys do get or need to fill in a spot, they're still kind of on it and able to produce and provide a bit of support for the Div 1 guys as well.
As White grounds one in the hole between first and second, so base hit for Harry White. And that'll be welcome relief for him after a tough game one. So 1 out, 1 on for Lachlan Jones, who's ready to hit this time. Albeit with the jersey still tucked.
Yeah.
He's got the batting gloves on,
so
that is an upgrade. And we'll see what Jones can do.
Get him on after he was washing his hands from the bathroom visit last at bat. 1 out here.
Surfers 4 runs across already and looking for more. And Jones takes inside, ball skips away from the Pine Hills catcher, and Harry White moves up to second base.
Runner scoring position here, another opportunity. Jones looking to drive something to the right side, which he does pretty well when he stays inside the baseball like that. He's got a nice swing, middle,
good approach,
right field.
Jones hitting 280 on the year. Just having a look at his Division 1 stats. 280, 7 for 25, with a 406 on base. So sees it deep, takes his walks. He's right up on the plate from what I remember, so he'll get hit a couple times as well, not afraid of a hit by pitch. And if you're getting on base at a 400 clip, you're going to find your way into the lineup. So as he chops one in the hole, going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Glides across and makes a nice throw for out number 2. White moves to third on the high chopper, so normally a ball to the left side, he's not going to move up, but on the height of that allowed him to move across. So a good read by Harry White there.
Yeah.
And it falls to Ricky Diebel. Starter from game 1, DHing in game 2.
And already with 2 RBIs at his first plate appearance, he knocked in a couple of runs, so he'll be looking to drive another one in here.
And takes on the outer half for strike 1. Yep, had that RBI single to right.
With 2 out, I believe, as well.
It was.
Comes up again with 2 out.
And check swing. Home plate umpire says he did go around. So quick 2 strikes on Diebel with White away from third. Oh, and in there for the Bluewave as Dixon decided to go for broke and try to throw out the runner before the run scored. And unable.
And good job there by Ricky Diebel getting the third base, because it keeps the runner in scoring position here. So opportunity still for Zach to drive this run in.
And Smith takes ball 4, so we're back in the same situation for Jake Scott. First and third, 2 outs. As Diebel trades places with White and Smith trades places with Diebel. An interesting decision there from Dixon to throw all the way through.
See if they go for a similar play here again.
As Scott takes a fastball for a strike, perhaps trying to give time for Smith to take second. 0-1 now coming from Houston. 5-0 Surfers here in the third. And Scott grounds one towards short. Throw across, and just in time to retire Jake Scott and retire the Blue Wave in order.
Well,
so we'll say goodbye to Sammy Foster. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
Hey, thanks for having me, boys. Great job as usual, Johnny.
Thanks, mate.
Love your work.
Appreciate
Keep it up.
And we will look to see if you enter the game later. You wouldn't be the first. Josh Warner in the final series did this last year. But hopefully a better result, as I believe he punched out looking. Shout out, Josh, if you're in the chat.
Yeah. I'll try to not do a Josh Warner. Yeah, thanks, boys.
All right, cheers, Sammy. Thank you. We'll go to the fourth here. 5-0 Blue Wave. Back here at Surface, it's still Steve Chambers on the mound and the top of the fourth. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Pine Hills as Hayden Timberlake fouls one off at the plate. So thank you again to Sam Foster for a lovely 3 innings of chat and commentary from him. And I'm now joined, in addition to Johnny still being ever present, by everyone's 2024 voice of reason and voice of the Blue Wave, Matt Beebe. How are you, Matt?
Thanks for the shout out, Owen. Yeah, it's always good to be here. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Summer in December, it's always a good time for baseball.
Not where I'm from, my friend. December is not the time to play baseball in New York. But down here, it's as good as it gets. As Chambers misses downstairs for a ball.
It's been a pretty hot day. I think we're still at 34 degrees right now.
That's about 92 for those of you watching who use Fahrenheit. Pitch from Chambers, chopped foul at the plate. 1 and 2 on Timberlake here.
It's hot enough that earlier Jones was having a shower with his full uni on. It's interesting to see.
1-2 coming now from Chambers. And skied towards the right side and out of play. Chambers' remarkable efficiency, which is something he's known for, but today in particular, 36 pitches and 29 strikes.
That is pretty good.
That's about 80%. Chambers threw 3 2/3 here, only 1 strikeout, but also only 40 pitches. Greg Maddux-esque so far. And it's Danielson, one of the 2 Pine Hills hits today. He doubled his first time up. Grounds that one foul, count 1-1. And slow breaking ball gets down the right field line, but just foul. So Chambers had 1-2 now. We'll see how long Chambers goes today. A full stable of pitchers available in the Surfers bullpen, and particularly because they were able to get the job done in the first game with the combination of Ricky Deeble, Scott Fitzgibbon, and Sam O'Connor closing it out. So that leaves Chambers, Summerford is available, Shellshear, Wardrop, Boyce, all available to go if required. And And looks like someone out there, oh, it might be Sam actually, getting loose and getting ready to come in. But the bullpen otherwise fairly quiet. And that one is lined one hop to Zach Smith. Flips it on to first. And Chambers out of the inning, 1-2-3.
Tidy innings from Surfers.
So we'll go to the fifth, 5-0 Surfers.
And we're back.
All good?
Yep.
Excellent. Sorry about that. We just had a little bit of technical difficulty. Here in the bottom of the fourth, it's Rory Chandler at the plate. Leadoff hitter. Quickly 0-2 and takes for a ball. Chandler 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk today.
And the Surfers hitter with a very, very unique stance.
And he flips one towards short. Nilsson on the backhand, throws across, and just in time to get Chandler. So a nice job by Nilsson there to get the speedy Rory Chandler. One away for DiCaccia. I did tell Chandler in a conversation with him before the game that we would shout out the London Mets, one of the clubs in London that a couple of the guys here have played for. So Rory had played for London before coming over here. I believe Andy Cosgrove, last year's import.
Let's not risk it. Yeah.
So it'll be David Sutherland to lead it off for Pine Hills here in the top of the 5th. Steve Chambers still out there for Surfers. Chambers 45 pitches, 35. And the count level's a 1-1. Just downstairs. Chambers working quickly, working efficiently. 2-1, grounded to the right side. John Hall Walsh knocks it down and takes it himself. So 1 away here in the 5th. Looks like a bit of action in the Surfers' pen. Unclear if someone's getting loose or just having a throw with the way Chambers has been working. And also unclear who it is based on our angle. But certainly some movement over there, so possible that this is Chambers' last inning. And Malconian swings and misses. 0 for 1 in this game so far.
Used up all his luck in game 1.
Chopper towards short. Dicachia charges, 360 spin and throw across.
Dicachia recently released from the New York Ballet Academy, clearly. It was beautiful, that.
So an interesting play there by Dicachia to go for the 360. Certainly some response from the Pine Hills dugout, so we'll see if that comes back later in this game. Either way, 2 outs now, and Chambers will face Dean and drops a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Dean 0 for 1. Pine Hills 2 for 15 on the day. And pitches right by him, quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch to Dean is away. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One-two pitch. Breaking ball chopped. Back to Chambers, off the glove. Chambers takes his time, fumbles, throws to first, and the call is safe. So a bit of a mess on that play there. A 1-hopper back to Chambers, bounces off his glove towards first base. Took his time.
Whole Walsh took a impact to the hand as well, shaking that off. Everybody just taking a moment.
So Dean works his way aboard. You would figure an E1 on that play. And it'll be Jacob Dixon, the catcher, with 2 outs here in the 5th. Chambers on an island out there after that play. See if he can bounce back. And we'll see if Dean tests Jones here with 2 outs in the 5th. Nothing Blue Wave. And pitch breaking ball upstairs. 2-0 now. It's a fastball upstairs. 3-0 now from Chambers, who for the first time in this game is starting to look just a little uncomfortable out there. You'd expect a take from Dixon here on 3-0. And 3-1 now. And Chambers finds the zone again, so now 3-2. And we'll see if he can work back here against Dixon from 3-0. Troy Dean leads away from first. 2 outs in the top of the 5th, 5-0 Blue Wave. 3-2 coming now to Dixon. And breaking ball, yes he did, says the home plate umpire, and Chambers works out of it. So nice job by Chambers to work past the error, and it'll be the Blue Wave coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th with a 5-0 lead.
Sometime in this next dig, be fine, mate. Yeah. Blackfish, I've got to drive home. Better make it water. You know you're on film. Yeah, when he comes out, yep. No worries.
So as we get to the bottom of the 5th, just want to shout out everyone sticking into along with the live stream. It's been very intermittent at best. A few technical issues, live stream and the tablet and all the equipment seems to be a bit temperamental, and might be the heat affecting it slightly. But seems to be going okay right now. So yeah, just thanks for sticking with it. With Wisey DHing.
So it looks like Brad Wise getting an at bat here.
Always good to see Brad Wise.
As he has a big swing and a foul ball at the plate.
Big fan of a daddy hack. Can hit a baseball.
Wise pinch hitting for Hall Walsh, who was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today in the wave here. Looks like Scott Cronin, who was not in the lineup initially, has a bat in hand and a helmet on. So I could see him come in for a swing as well at some stage. Big swing and a miss from Wise, and he's down to the count 0-2. And pitch is popped up on the infield, and Houston puts it away himself. So Wise is retired, and it'll be Harry White to the plate with Jones on deck. White singled to the right side of his last time, and he's 1 for 2. Surfer's 4 for 17. Not a huge offensive game today as White chops one in the same direction, but Sutherland makes the play and steps on the bag for out number 2. Not a huge offensive day today, just a couple of timely hits and a couple of miscues on the Pine Hills side, leading to the 5 runs from the Blue Wave in the first couple of innings. And a relatively quiet and quick game since that point as Jones comes to the plate for the 3rd time. Two 2-0 now on Jones, who's already walked once today. We talked about him getting on base, and he will find a way on. Walk, hit by pitch, or hit. It's been reliable all year. And 2-0's in there for a strike. Check swing from Jones. And it looks like the call made at the plate that he did go around. And takes a breaking ball away. So full count now on the Surfers catcher, with Ricky Diebel on deck and Zach Smith to follow. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And Jones grounds one towards short. Nilsson gobbles it up and goes across for the 3rd out. So Surfers retired quietly, and we will go to the 6th with the Blue Wave leading 5-0. So back here top of the 6th with the Blue Wave leading 5-0 and a couple of minor changes. As first pitch from Chambers is lined into center field and Jake Scott cuts it off. So a single there from Alex Stretchen, the 9-hitter. And it's back around to the top for Jacob Nilsson. So Brad Wise, it looks like, did stay in the game at first base, and we have a substitution at second base as well. Matt Hughes in for Zach Smith. Nilsson 1 for 2 today. And pitches in there for a strike. No outs here in the 6th. 5-0 Surfers. Top of the order for Pine Hills. And big slow breaking ball grounded towards third. Nice play by Lakeo. Throws onto second. And the force is recorded. So a sparkling defensive play by Jerry Lakeo over there at third.
Big
and
stretch
not really
by
a
Hughes.
ball that they were going to turn 2 on, but a great job to even get 1.
Hughes had to get right up to get that. It was a good effort.
Yeah, high throw from Lakeo over there, but Hughes does a nice job to come down on the bag just in time. And a big play by Lakeo, because if he doesn't snag that ball, that's down the line for 2 bases. And all of a sudden, Pine Hills is in business.
Oh, yes.
But as it stands, 1 out, 1 on, and it's Hayden Timberlake to the plate for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2 today. And some more movement in the Surfers bullpen. And Timberlake fouls 1 straight back. The pitch is breaking ball, sky to left. Chandler coming on and makes the catch. So Timberlake is retired. And Mitch Nilsson to the plate now. Nilsson 0 for 2. Chambers continues to work quickly here. 2 outs, 1 on in the 6th. First pitch, big slow breaking ball just above the zone for ball 1. And skied on the infield. Brad Wise, new first baseman, settles underneath it.
No pressure,
makes
Brad.
the play. So when you're a new defensive replacement, the ball's going to find you. Both Hughes and Wise touch the ball in that inning, and both make excellent plays to move the Blue Wave along. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Surfers. Back here, bottom of the 6th, it's Ricky Diebel to lead it off. Surfers leading 5-0, and we'll just take a quick trip around the league for today. So the games that have completed, we already discussed Surfers topping Pine Hills in Game 1, 5-0 today. We also had Windsor over Bean Lee, 2-0, as Diebel attempts to drag bunt and misses for strike 1. Wests lost to Redlands 9-2, and those are the completed games to this point. Diebel will see an 0-1. and takes in there for strike 2. So Ricky Diebel quickly in an 0-2 hole. The ongoing games is the second game between Surfers and Pine Hills, the 5-0 Surfers lead, as well as Coomer Cubs and Pine Rivers Rapids, with the Cubs leading 3-2 in the top of the 6th. So that a game with some implications for the Blue Wave, as if Rapids were to fall and the Blue Wave were to win, they would flip-flop in the standings for 2nd and 3rd. And later today we'll see another one between Beanley and Windsor, another one between Redlands and Wests, and another one between Redcliffe and Carina. Diebel continues to battle here in a 2-strike hole. And then takes in for a ball.
Brave leave.
Pitch is in the dirt for another ball. So Diebel back to even now. It's Matt Hughes on deck, hitting for Zach Smith. And Diebel drives the ball deep into right field. That's going to be over the right fielder's head, and it's going to go to the wall and one-hop the Surfers Paradise Baseball Club TV sign. Diebel into second with a stand-up double. So nice piece of hitting there by Ricky Diebel to battle back from a 2-strike hole. And the Blue Wave in business here in the 6th. Right off the SPBC TV sign out there and right. And now it's Matt Hughes with the job to move him over as he takes strike 1. Hughes very limited appearances this year in Division 1. But has played at this level for several years, up and down between 1 and 2. Count 1-1 on Hughes. And pitch skips away from Dixon, and Diebel moves to third. So nice read by Diebel there on what should be scored a pass ball. And the Pine Hills infield will come in here, down by 5 in the 6th. A lot of ways for Hughes to get the job done. And he takes a breaking ball away. And grounds one softly to first. Diebel does not advance, and Sutherland will tag out Hughes for out number 1. So infield in, unfortunately ball on the ground is less likely to do it. And it'll be Jake Scott coming to the plate with 1 out here in the 6th. Scott 1 for 2 today, singled to left his first time. And infield still in for Pine Hills, trying to cut down the run. Diebel with some good speed over at third. And Scott drives the ball into left field. That is deep and over the left fielder's head. So that's going to go one-hop the wall and left. Diebel will score easily. And Scott into second with an RBI double.
Having himself a day.
So a nice piece of hitting by the Surfer center fielder. He's 2 for 3 today. And the Blue Wave now take a 6-0 lead. Back up to the top of the order now, it'll be Scott Cronin to take an at-bat for Rory Chandler. So Chandler finishes his day 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. And Cronin, one of the more formidable hitters on this Surfers team, will come to the plate, but not before we see a new arm for the Lightning. Looks like a Nielsen brother coming in to pitch. And we'll let him get his warm-up tosses in. We'll be right back. So to be Cronin to the plate here with Scott away from second. One out in the bottom of the sixth. It is Jacob Nilsson in to pitch. And Cronin, big swing and a miss on a ball that goes straight to the backstop. And Scott over to third.
Scott was already halfway to third. He had a massive lead.
Cronin having a spectacular year with the bat. 396 average, 407 on base, which tells you he likes to swing the bat, and a 708 slugging. As he hits one hard, and that gets past the infield, and that'll be an RBI single for Cronin, who takes a big turn at first. And so those numbers will go up. Have a look at the leaderboard here for some of those slash line stats. So OPS, which is on base plus slugging, Cronin running fourth in the league at the moment. For some reason, slugging is not listed. And Cronin, who picks up his hit, does his job, is immediately replaced by Ben Grant, pinch running. So you have to figure Grant will go into left after Cronin knocks in the run. Surfer's now up 7-0, and it's DiCuccia at the plate. And he takes one on the outside corner for strike one. So just to finish the changes there, Houston finished. Nilsson moved from second to pitch as DiCuccia swings and misses. Ben Grant is safe at second base on the stolen base attempt. And Hayden Timberlake moves into second base from the DH slot. No other changes for Pine Hills. DiCuccia 0 for 2. And in the 2-strike hole. And DiCuccia drives the ball towards left field, but right at the left fielder. So hit it on the screws. But unfortunately nothing to show for it, as it'll be Jerry Lacayo to the plate now. Fan favorite Jerry Lacayo, it sounds like. Lacayo 1 for 3 with a run and RBI. Two away now in the 6th as Ben Grant leads away from second and Lacayo takes ball 1 outside. Another ball. Nilsson coming from about 3/4, maybe closer to sidearm motion. A little bit of run back towards a righty. Haven't seen anything but 2 seams to this point. As Lacayo skies a ball straight behind the plate. And that'll get out of play. Two balls and a strike now on the Surfer's third baseman. And Lacayo drives the ball deep to left field but foul. Oh, Lakeo takes one up and in there. Just misses the shoulder. So he will go to 3-2. So 3-2, 2 out with Grant away from second. 7-0 Surfers here in the bottom of the sixth. And that's ball 4. So a good at bat there by Jerry Lakeo to work his way on base. It'll be Brad Wise, the first baseman, coming to the plate with runners on first and second.
Nielsen tried a couple of different arm slots in that at bat.
Yeah, the one to the shoulder was kind of from over the top. Hey. As Wise drives one towards right field, and it falls in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Grant makes a hard turn at third, and he will score uncontested. RBI single for Brad Wise. Lakeo moves to second, and the Blue Wave lead 8-0.
Nice work there, Brad.
And they are pouring it on now. 2 outs now. Harry White with a chance to do some more damage. White is 1 for 3. And big swing by Harry White, but fouls it away to the left.
He feels it. I think we're going deep here, boys.
Pitch is outside, 1-1 on Harry White. Nilsson working quickly. And the 1-1, a big swing again by Harry White. A little bit of frustration there that he missed it.
It's going to have to hit the fence at least. Brad Wise isn't the best runner in the world.
And pitches outside for ball 2. So White now sees a 2-2 coming. With Lakeo away from second and Brad Wise away from first. Another foul ball by Harry White. White fouls one off again. This has sort of been a pattern for White. When he's just not 100% dialed, that's his miss. It's a foul ball straight back to the screen or off to the left side.
High and left. I've noticed that, especially at being length, he almost hits the exact same spot on the
And that one skied towards third and caught in foul territory there by the third baseman Strachan to finish the inning, but not before the Blue Wave knock in a couple of more runs, and they will take an 8-0 lead into the final frame. 3 outs left for Pine Hills.
So it'll be Tyson Wardrop replacing Chambers on the mound. A good outing for Chambers, locking it down. Thank you for sticking around with this live stream. My name is John Reimers, and this is SPBC TV, powered by the Sporting Globe 4 Pine Service Paradise. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. It's been an absolute cracking day down here. We're a little bit of forecast of some afternoon thunderstorms, but it's looking absolutely mint right now.
It did get sprinkled on a little bit just then. Got a rogue cloud come through.
Rogue cloud, yep. Nonetheless, I think we'll be safe today. I've had a few close calls with some rain following the Redlands game. It was about 5 minutes after that game ended, started bucketing down. I think that's happened twice at Redlands. And a thunderstorm at Carina right after the game. So touch wood, stayed dry today.
Scott Cronin's pinch runner, Ben Grant, stays in the game. He's out at left field. Ball one. Pitch one is ball low. Goes for the same pitch, climbs the ladder. 1-1.
On Dan Nilsson here from Tyson Wardrop. We'll have a look at Chambers' final line. And that one's grounded foul. Chambers, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no earns, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. 69 pitches, 52 strikes from Steve Chambers. So an excellent outing.
What a line
for him. And we'll look at Houston's as well, which we didn't go through. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, only 6 earned. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts, 95 pitches and 60 strikes. So not overly inefficient from Houston, but the 4 walks would have hurt. And big breaking ball that Dan Nilsson swings through. So nice pitch there from Tyson Wardrop to retire the dangerous cleanup hitter for Pine Hills. We'll look at what Wardrop's done this year. 7 1/3 innings, a 1-1 record. He's given up 5 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, with 9 strikeouts and 10 walks. So the walk's not helping Wardrop, but with excellent stuff when he can keep it in the zone. And that one is down in the dirt. Two outs left for Pine Hills here to battle back from an 8-0 deficit. Good clean game from the Blue Wave to this point. Wardrop set and delivers the 2-0. Fastball flied too shallow right into no man's land there. It's Harry White that takes charge and makes the catch for out number 2. And so Pine Hills down to their final out, and last licks will go to Matthew Malconian. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Malconian so far today 0 for 2. And Pine Hills just 3 hits today. Surfers 8 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. They've left 6 on base. As that one just downstairs. Pine Hills no runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base to this point. .2-0 coming now from Wardrop. Pitch is in there for a strike. And fastball right by Malconian. 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch is check swing, the check to first, and no swing, says the first base umpire. Surfers looking to start the party after that swing, but unfortunately for the Blue Wave, Malconian will get one more chance. Troy Dean on deck for the Lightning. And fastball is punched into right field for a base hit. So nice job by Malconian there to win the battle. And the baton is passed to Troy Dean. Dean 0 for 2 today, right fielder for Pine Hills. And Wardrop will look to finish this one off right here. Pitch is downstairs for ball. And big curveball, big swing and a miss from Dean. Good pitch there on 1-0 from Wardrop, trusting the off speed. And big breaking ball in the dirt, skips almost all the way back to Wardrop. So Jones keeps it in front. Another one downstairs. 3-1 now on Dean. Doesn't look like any movement in the bullpen. Looks like this is Wardrop's game to finish. And pitch is chopped foul. Full count now on Dean. And so that'll release Malconian from first, and off he goes. 3-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt. So Wardrop got the first 2 outs relatively quickly, just having a little bit of trouble finishing this game out. It'll be Jacob Dixon, the catcher for Pine Hills. Trying to continue to pass the baton here. And pitches a fastball for a strike. Oh, 1 downstairs. Count runs even. Just off the corner there. 2-1 now on Dixon. Two-one pitch is flared towards right, and that's going to dunk in front of Harry White. The run will score. Now Malconian comes across. And so after 2 quick outs, single walk single, and Pine Hills is on the board for the first time today.
Good to see Dixon generate that movement, momentum. He's had a bit of a tough day today. Been hard work catching.
Tough assignment today for the catchers, especially in the middle of the day. Whoever was catching game 1, Lakeo. But game 2, not much better. As big swing and a miss from Strachel, the 9-hitter. Wardrop working quickly, wanting to get through this, and Strachel with a big swing and a pitch, Strachan rather, with a big swing and a pitch over his head. See if Jones learns from that and goes back to the well. And he does. So a fastball right past Strachan up at the top of the zone, and that will do it. So with a little bit of struggle, Wardrop then closes it out, And the Bluewave complete the doubleheader and the weekend sweep of the Lightning with an 8-1 victory today. Good all-around team win, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite an efficient game this time around, which is a good thing. It's been ridiculously hot. I think both teams are going to be pretty pleased to get off the field.
An hour and 45 minutes for 7 innings is moving.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of cold beverages coming up very shortly, I feel. And just as John was saying, it's about to start raining.
So I just wanted to close off saying I think it was exactly
how the Bluewave wanted to move on from round 10 against the Rays. A little bit difficult scenario there, having the lead in both games, dropping them, and this is the exact bounce back that this team needed, putting the right foot forward, progressing on. So good stuff from the Bluewave. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to start packing up as the rain starts to fall. Thank you for dealing with all the technical issues and everything as always. My name's John Reimers. This is SPBC TV, powered by the Sporting Globe, 4 Pines, Surfers Paradise. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and good night.
Grounded to third. Throw across the first. And that is it. The Surfers Paradise Bluewave are champions once again.
I said so, I keep big bills up in my